All right, guys, I just want to tell you to rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts if you enjoy our content, and have your friends and family subscribe to if you feel like they enjoy our content. Share, because the more that we grow, the more opportunities we would have to produce better shows for you. So help us out on that. And if you didn't know, Insensitive merch, baby. We have some merch. Look at Quest with that dope ass sweatshirt right there. The big drippy sweatshirt. We got the Check It Out Homie shirt. We got the hats. We got the certified drippy boy too that we threw up there. Danny was rocking that. That looks fire. That's still a limited run.
You only got a few days left to pick that one up.
For sure. So we also have some new stuff that's coming out very, very soon, and we'll announce that on our IG. So if you don't follow our IG, look up Insensitive Culture on Instagram, and we will definitely keep you up to date. But if you want some merch, insensitivemerch.com. Grab you some gear, because we got some fire stuff up on there, all right? So without further ado, here we go.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 83 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, Juac?
Who we're missing today is...
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
But on the other end, we have... Jonni. And as always, this is...
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Make sure you check it out, homie. And today we have another guest that has been here before, a reoccurring guest, my younger brother, Babel.
What's up? I'm glad to be here again.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
We always love having you on here, and he's gonna be, hopefully one day he'll start this little intern thing that we got going on with him, and he's gonna learn the ropes, and he'll be around little bit more in the background doing some stuff for us. So
I'll be excited. That's gonna be exciting.
Many more things to come, man. It's episode 83, man. I keep saying this shit every fucking episode. It's like amazing to me that the numbers are just getting higher and higher. But we've come a long way.
Time.
Bro, have you went back to the early episodes and like the content that we do have from those earlier episodes?
No.
Oh man, we recorded damn near every single one of them full video. Didn't have full videos on YouTube, but bro, it was some growing pains, man.
What did y'all used to talk about and stuff?
No, it wasn't necessarily what we talked about. It was just trying to figure out a groove.
About the same shit.
Yeah, we would talk about the same stuff. The audio content was good. We just had growing pains, like when it came to the equipment working, not working. The setup that we had was just like a little bullshit rinky dink table that I had in storage. Yeah, it's the start, but I'm just saying, like, if I go back and I look at that shit is like damn near cringeworthy to me. Everybody will look back. We're gonna have to edit like one of those episodes and just release an old school video. Shit is gonna be rough to watch.
In a way, you can look back at those videos. It can like humble you in a way.
I mean,
in the future, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
it does me. It's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it does all of us. But for me, it's like really cringeworthy on certain shit, like certain angles. I remember trying to figure out how we were gonna put the GoPro like over on one end, and it just wasn't. I don't know. We would just try to, and then it wasn't until at the end of the episode that we're like, oh shit, this person was like off camera like most of the time because they decided to lean back and shit. So shit like that, man. We learned a lot.
Still learning.
We've come a very, very long way. So
comes with time.
Word. It comes with time. And we still have a lot more to grow.
Word.
All right.
That episode 100 coming up though.
Ooh, yeah.
I gotta do something special.
I've been thinking
about that. I
want to
do that Hot Ones challenge, bro.
Yo, for real. I want to do that. I want to do the Hot Ones challenge. You don't watch Hot Ones?
No, what's that?
No, Hot Ones is a show on YouTube. where they interview celebrities, but they have them
Sean
do
Evans.
like hot wings. Yeah,
Oh,
Sean
okay.
Evans.
Oh, that.
He's he's a dope ass interviewer. I love
he's
all the
got
questions
great
that
questions.
he ever
Yeah.
asks. Yo,
They have like a spectrum, right? Of like this one's hot, then like the
it
last
starts
one's
it starts off light and then it ends off, obviously like really, really fucking hot. But people are asking you questions he's asking you questions as you go along, no matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
Actually, they just brought that up again because I want to have Casey moderate that and ask us questions. I want to do a real hot one style.
Yeah, me too.
So episode 100 might be a live episode that we have to that we do with
I'm
everyone.
just
have an idea where you
to
can
be
get the
in
wings?
studio.
Yeah. You would have to be in studio.
We just got to get the
We gotta do
sauce. They sell
Yeah.
the sauce kit, right? Like with
Yeah.
they sell the
They
full
do
kit.
that.
I mean, that shit is
I'm
mad
hoping it's
money,
the same
but-
shit. I'm hoping it's the same shit that they got too, because I want to.
I mean, he
I've
changes
been like
it up
prepping
every
myself,
season.
bro. I know. I want to prep myself though. Like I've been trying to eat a little bit of spicy stuff here and there.
Oh yeah,
like if they
'cause you
have
don't fuck with spice, right?
not like that. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah, you're gonna be the funniest.
nah. So I fuck with spice now more so than ever before, because I remember when we were chilling with our Asian boys, they would always eat
hell yeah.
spicy Laotian food, and I would always avoid it. And then towards the end, I was like, "Yo, fuck it, I'm gonna do it." And I started getting it, and then I started getting better with heat. Lately, I got away from all that, but I've been trying to build it up. So if they have a hotter option, I've been just like going for it.
Okay.
And
Can never be me. I can't handle hot.
I mean, but you gotta
work your way
start.
into it.
Yeah, you gotta work your way in.
My girl's house, like at her house, she had like the one chip thing. And
Yeah.
I tried a little
Ooh.
piece, and
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
God, that shit was
Well, that's-
crazy.
that's
like
the-
the little
yeah.
piece.
I wanted to do that
Yeah.
too.
Nah,
I wanted to
don't
do
do
that
that.
on the show.
That's scary. That shit's scary.
And you're
No, I
supposed
wanted
to,
to do
are you
that.
supposed to eat the whole chip?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
that's
one
the
chip
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Hell
one.
no.
So I guess with the one chip challenge is
with
like you eat the whole chip. You eat the whole chip, and if you can, the actual challenge is how far you get along without drinking anything to help fan
Oh,
the
that'll be
flame.
tough.
Right.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it's like
Eating
it's
the
like
chip, I got it,
5
but-
minutes. It's like you go 5 minutes, and then that's like the lowest one, and it's just like, I guess you're all right. I'll be a bitch about it. I'll wait 5 minutes before I fucking do anything.
Yeah.
That's about as long as I'm probably gonna go.
I don't
That
even
shit's
think I can
hotter
go
than
that
y'all
long.
think, though.
Yeah,
5
I can't
minutes?
Go 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Without
it's
drinking
gonna be rough.
anything after.
Yeah.
Hell, no, 5 minutes is a long ass time, and that
And
shit
this
is
is-
hot as a bitch.
It's hot as a bitch, and every year they come out with another
hotter
chip
one?
with different. Yeah, well, it's like a different
Flavor.
different
is.
different peppers and shit that they use. It's a different mixture. Same shit with hot ones, where every year they have a different lineup or whatever, or something
I've had
might
a
be
few
changed
of
out.
those sauces from Hot Ones. Some that I've
Yeah.
ordered from the website that I didn't think were that hot, even though they were like in the middle.
Yeah,
But other ones that he's had like towards the end, I've tasted them before. Not that I've like eaten a whole chicken wing or anything like that with it. But I did like the I can't remember if it was New Orleans or somewhere in Florida or something. But basically they have these like hot sauce stores, and you could like taste every single one of the hot sauces. Like they just have, like a dispenser, and they give you like crackers and chips throughout the store and shit. That shit is probably all outlawed now with COVID, but basically you could get like a drop of every type of sauce and taste it and see how hot it really is and whatnot. And so a couple of them that he's had on there, I've definitely tasted, and I've been like, that shit is hot as fuck. Like,
oh yeah,
and like hot. Like, I don't mind shit that's hot when it's got flavor. Like you were talking about, like that Laotian food. Like when you put 10 peppers on that or more, you know what I mean? Like, it's hot as fuck, but it's got so much flavor that I'll deal with it.
just
I can
good.
take
Yeah,
the
it's
heat.
good.
Yeah, but when shit is just hot to be hot and got no flavor but hot, yeah, that shit is
Nasty.
tough. It's hard to go
that's
through.
Yeah, because that's a
But I'm
natural
down to do the
hot.
challenge.
Yeah, that's a natural hot though, and that's the difference. There's I remember because like even when you eat, for instance, the tamuhun, the papaya salad, which is a spicy dish, spicy Laotian dish. When you eat that, it's spicy, but it doesn't linger.
Right.
Like it'll be hot for a little bit, but it dissipates. That's a word, right?
Yeah.
It dissipates pretty quickly. Whereas like that stuff that's made with extracts, which I think a lot of those sauces are made with extracts. When you do that, it's just there and it's meant to burn. So the only one that I'm worried about, and I'm probably just gonna my whole thought, I'm gonna tell you what my strategy is right now. Right? My strategy is just not to think about it. Like, I'm not trying to think about Scoville units. I'm not trying to think about heat. I'm not trying to think about none of that shit. I'm not trying to be that G that's like, because I watch a lot of these shows and Gary Vee is just like, I'm cleaning every fucking wing. And he's like, literally, like, I'm down to the bone. Nice. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm just like, let me take a bite of this and then I'm good. And then let me get through this. But I'm not trying to think about like, oh, this one's. So the only one I'm really worried about is the bomb.
Dab. Oh, the bomb?
No, the bomb beyond insanity, because that's always the changing point where everyone's just like
game changer.
That's the one that's the one that I've tasted.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, because that shit is that. Yeah, that's the one where
the worst. That shit is so dumb hot. You're just like, why would anybody make this? It's so hot and there's no fucking
How can
flavor.
You enjoy it?
I don't know.
It's not meant to be enjoyed. It's not meant to be enjoyed. That shit is literally
People
meant
enjoy
to
the pain. You know, it's sadomasochistic.
Well, the worst part about it is I keep hearing everybody saying like, "Oh, this one's good. He's like that one's just not tasty at all. Like that shit is just hot and it's gross. It just doesn't taste good." There was a video, by the way, of I guess he's a competitive eater. It's an Asian dude. He poured the whole bottle on like a big ass plate of spaghetti.
Oh my god!
With sauce on it, he poured the whole thing, and he's just like, and then you see him eating it.
Oh,
and then it just cuts to
the next day, boy.
That's what I'd be thinking. Yo, there's a dude on TikTok that eats like all sorts of hot stuff.
Oh yeah, I see
no
that
reaction.
Shit. I see those shows all the time.
Reaction.
I see the ones. There was a younger kid with the longer hair.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah, well, all of the actual people who eat all those shits, they have like all kind of videos saying, "Oh, that's like he's full of shit," because they're just like, "Oh, look, this is a real pepper." And look at the color of this one, and look at his color. So I forgot his name. We'll have to look up his name.
I forgot his name too. You know what's surprisingly
it's
hot?
a whole thing though on TikTok. If you follow on TikTok, there are pages of just people that they
eat stuff,
review hot peppers. They do the Carolina Reapers. They'll like eat it. They'll chew it, and then some people try to do the no reaction bullshit, and some people are just like, yeah, like we're gonna try this. No, I've seen some good ones.
I've seen an old man doing it. He was eating mad of him.
Yeah, that old guy is funny.
Yeah,
chili sauce. Yeah, it's he's like that smoking Papa dude that you were
the puffin' Papa.
IG. Yeah. He's like that, but with peppers.
But with peppers.
Yeah, but with peppers. And he's more animated. Anyway, I've just been getting into this whole like rabbit hole of spice, and I've been wanting to do that. Just to wrap that up. I definitely want to do that challenge. I brought it.
When is 100 supposed to be around?
100 episode 100 is going to be some point in January.
January 21?
Yeah.
22?
Yep. January, something like that. Yeah, 21 or 22. Because I know the following. Yeah. Yep. January of 2022, we will have our 100th episode, and then February we'll be celebrating 2 years of Insensitive Culture. So,
wow.
Yeah, we got a lot to celebrate. We got a lot to celebrate.
For one of those, we should do it for one.
I'm down too. I don't know if we should make it I think we should make it a live episode
all together.
Yep. It would literally have to be at the end of the episode, because I feel like we're gonna be like, yo, fuck this episode after eating a bunch of spicy shit.
Yeah.
Or we'll
It's
tackle
gonna
it.
have to be something special.
Yeah. We're gonna think of some
Either
shit.
do it
and
at the end of the show, or that is the show.
I think we'll probably lean more towards doing it live. That way we're interviewed ourselves during the thing, and maybe we'll tack it on or drop it as a special episode. Either way, stay tuned for that because we're definitely doing that. I don't care what Dave says.
When y'all do that, man, just know it's gonna come out hotter the other way around.
I mean, yeah.
I eat hot shit all the time, so
Yeah.
That's why I can't do it. I want
my
some
booty
Buffalo
is
Wild
well
Wings.
used to that shit.
Buffalo
Literally.
Wild Wings. Whoa. Buffalo Wild Wings got some hot wings. I don't think that's a known. I don't know if people know that, but
Nah.
Buffalo Wild Wings got some hot ass.
They got
wings.
the Atomic
They got
Challenge
hot-
and all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these
have
shits
hot
are
wings
way
everywhere.
hotter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be way hotter.
I'll never do it.
Yeah. Stop being a bitch. All right, man. Let's get into a question segment. I'm trying to think of something that we can answer. That we can answer without having to think too much because I have a couple of them here. Anyway, sorry. It's gonna have to be one that we think a lot because if not, it's gonna be a fucking stupid ass question. All right, so if you can go back in time and witness one thing, what would it be? Not necessarily something in your life, just anything. If you can go back in history to one point to witness something, what would that be? I would have to. I'll start this off. Yeah. I would have to go back to a concert or something of some sort. I don't think I want to witness like a crazy historical event. Because history hasn't been kind to Latinos, so I don't want to inadvertently put myself in a situation where I'm just fucked up. But if I'm just watching,
you're
I guess
like a part of it. You're not just a
you're not a wall on a fly.
That's a fly on.
I don't know. There's yeah. If you're a fly on the wall, I guess that would be all right.
Right.
But I would love. I don't know if I think honestly, I would love to go back in time and be a fly on the wall, maybe on like the Martin Luther King speech, just because I feel like when he said that, and the Million Man March and everything, like that had to be an experience to be there for.
I mean, the Million Man March was like.
It was a different thing, wasn't it? No, okay.
But
no.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the March on Washington.
There we go. Yeah,
amazing to see. That'd be amazing to see.
That would be dope.
I would just want to experience some sort of historical event that's like that. Like if not that,
impactful.
Then maybe an impactful event. Maybe if not that, then fucking go to like Woodstock or some crazy shit like that and witness Jimi Hendrix just like going ham live.
That would be
some shit
dope.
like that. Right.
If you were on drugs. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be awesome blow.
I mean, the drugs back then were nothing that they are now. So I might actually do it back then.
Right.
Yo, people are dying now.
They got all that crazy shit in it.
Yeah, they got all kind of weird shit in that.
Mad chemicals.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I would do. Probably for sure the MLK speech. I would want to hear that.
For me, I really would like to see the assassination of Julius Caesar. I would be a fly on the wall for that. If not, I would love to see a nuclear bomb explode, like from a distance, just to see how,
First of all, if you could see a nuclear bomb explode, you don't.
And
you're not far enough.
Yeah. But if I can see
not
it
far enough
from like when they dropped it on, Japan, like be on the plane,
Hiroshima,
and see it and feel the impact.
Yeah.
When you're driving away, that intensity of it. That'd be because you're just seeing the most,
powerful thing
you
ever.
can argue, the most powerful thing we ever made,
Yeah.
So that'd be amazing for me.
Then we find I can't I don't want to be here for the time when we find out it's just like the Infinity Stones. Now that shit doesn't even matter. It's like, word, that's the best you could fucking do. Fuck out of here. There's got to be a life force in the universe that's just like, did you see what they fucking created? That shit that my baby fucking plays with.
Oh man,
The batteries for them.
Yeah,
Right.
that shit is just like a power source. Like what?
Yeah.
Use the
Fuck
plug
outta
in
here.
something.
The little poppers that you just snap on the floor and they snap.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
Firework. It's probably a firework.
What are you thinking, Johnny?
I'll probably go further back. I think I'll go to when the dinosaurs died.
Really?
Just because, one, I think it'd be dope to see dinosaurs.
It would be fire. That would be fire.
And it would also be like I believe that was still during the what's it called, Pangea days, right? Like where like all the world was together. And I would like to actually see that for real and be like, huh, it's true. They really was all together. Like, you know, you look at the map now and you're like, oh, it totally makes sense. Yeah, Africa and South America totally fit together. And then, yeah, I could see how that would work. But still, it would be dope to, like, see it.
Actually
See it.
And then see, like, these giant fucking lizards and really understand how giant these things are and their massive power. And then understand how quickly they were all decimated.
Yeah. And to see how wrong we were on how they actually look.
I wonder how.
That too. Yeah.
What if they could talk? Like, what if they were like
Right.
intelligent?
What if they had fucking
know.
like helmets and fucking guns and shit, and they were all evolved? They had hard hats because they were, you know, in construction and shit, like in dinosaurs.
That would blow your fucking mind.
I would love to
some
see how
shit
intelligent
That
they
shit
are.
would be
though.
wild.
right? Everything
Because all
else
that
just
shit
fucking
just, you know,
vaporized.
Vaporized because of the impact of the asteroid or whatnot, but only their
Yeah.
bones survived. So we would have no idea that they had electronics and tools, and they were already building spaceships ready to go off into Mars and shit.
Word. That shit would be crazy to find that out. What were you saying?
I don't know. I
Yeah, he
forgot.
lost his.
Oh yeah, it'd be amazing to like see if like how intelligent they really are though. Like if there's
Right.
any other life that's like similar to it. I mean, I know they think birds and alligators and stuff are similar, but that's only, you know, theories. We would never really know.
Well, alligators, they know that they found remains from dating as far back as like, you know, however many million years. So they say that they were around.
Yeah.
They're the
But
perfect
it's one thing that I didn't know that I felt stupid about that I learned recently is that fossils aren't actually bones. Like they're bones.
minerals.
Yeah, they're the minerals like within the bones that stood there in the shape that it was in,
Right.
or something. And I was like, what?
Just
It's not the actually bone?
fossilized.
Yeah. I was like, what? They're not bones? Like, oh shit, I have a lot to learn. As you know by my Million Man March comment, history is not my thing. It's just not.
I love history.
I like to learn about history, but can I remember dates and when things happen? Like, nah, bro, I don't. I barely remember what happened fucking last week.
I've been reading this history book. It's about like ancient civilizations, like the Sumerians and stuff. It's just I would love to see how all that was like, because we can never
That'd be
really
dope.
visualize, you know, how it really was.
That's another good one, right?
Yeah,
To see how the
Ancient worlds.
no, to see what was the ancient civilization that we don't know how they died, but they were like super advanced.
Sumerians. It was the
Was
Sumerians.
it? No, I thought it was the.
Oh no, the
Aztecs, right?
Yeah, the Aztecs.
The Aztecs are one.
To see how they died, because
Yeah.
all their shit was like super advanced.
Egyptians
well
too,
intact,
people
too.
say, you know.
Egyptians, yeah.
That's on that ancient aliens, right? They're always talking about.
Matter of fact,
Aztecs
go
and the
back.
Egyptians.
Go back and see if Jesus Christ was
I was thinking that.
was white.
I was thinking being one of his
I'm
disciples.
gonna put some
really
money on that
witnessing.
and
Yeah, I'll put some money on that.
bet that
too.
he was not.
Definitely not. No.
He had to be Middle Eastern.
Yeah.
you know?
No, I know. I'm just saying. It's just gotta. It's like, huh? All right, okay. You go back and then you be like, what? A whole religion was based on this guy?
Right.
See him in his everyday. He's like, imagine he's like Marty McFly's dad.
Right. That's what I was just gonna say. He's like a skinny, dorky dude. He's like, hey guys, come on, follow me.
He said a couple of things that was just like, yo, did you hear him? I think he's kind of, and here we are now.
Right.
Oh man, yeah. Only the smart shit here in Insensitive Culture.
Exactly.
All right. All right, man. So we're gonna get into
Top illustrious conversations.
That's all we do. That's all we do here. All right, so we're gonna get into our next segment, which is Unpopular Opinion. I hope y'all got some. Mine isn't too wild. I know we need a little drop for that, so we can separate them. But my unpopular opinion: the movie Green Lantern wasn't that bad.
Oh.
I've seen it recently and I've watched it, and sure there were like a little things that I would have changed, like some little corny stuff, but to me, it actually wasn't that bad of a movie.
Yeah, you definitely tripping, but
Yeah. I was gonna say, how you see that?
I get why that is your unpopular opinion, because that is quite
definitely
unpopular.
It's definitely an unpopular opinion.
Why though? Why do you think like?
Because
what did you like about it?
Because I've seen it and I don't
like-
think that it deserves the amount of shit that it gets. I don't think it was that horrible. One that I do believe was fucking that horrible is Daredevil. That one for sure sucks.
That shit is trash.
Like the Ben Affleck Daredevil?
Yeah. Ben Affleck Daredevil. Yeah, that one can stay
So
in
corny.
in Suckville. But as far as like Green Lantern, I was like, all right, so it had its cheesy parts, like the shit that he was doing with his ring, like created like a roller, like those things were cheesy. But I think it had a dope villain. I think Ryan Reynolds did well in the movie. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was horrible.
I mean, the story was not great.
I'm sure. I enjoyed it,
the
though. I still
graphics
enjoyed it.
were poop. Like, just straight poop. Like, my
Look
boy
like
was
PS3
wearing a
graphics.
green screen suit the whole fucking movie. And
But y'all give a pass to a lot of movies that have some shitty ass CGI.
but not movies that come out in theater. Not movies
I
with
guess.
$100 million budgets.
I guess.
I give a lot of pass to like Netflix movies with bad graphics, but not this shit, man. I mean, my man looked like a floating head the whole movie.
Oh man, I'll still stick to my guns. I've seen it. I've seen it recently, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't
I mean,
great.
it's at home viewable.
Yeah. It wasn't
It's at
great.
home
It
viewable,
wasn't, but it wasn't that bad to
would
me.
you pay $19 again to watch it if it was coming out? Not today, right? Because obviously that technology has changed and movies are different now.
How are
but
you gonna ask me that? Like I don't like.
Did you watch it in the theater when it came out?
I can't remember. I think I did.
Yeah, you see.
I can't remember if I did or not. We're talking about a time when I didn't really watch a lot of things in theater.
When did
I
it come out?
remember.
I was.
That's
2008, right? Or 2011?
That's what I want to say. I want to say 2008-ish.
2011.
Yeah, 2011.
2011. Damn, even
2011.
worse. Oh my god.
There was actually good CGI.
bro.
Yeah, 2011.
We had Avengers.
Iron
a
Man
year
came out
after
in
that.
2008. The first Iron Man came out in 2008. This movie came out 3 years later and looked like that. Nah.
I'll tell
No
you.
excuses.
Okay. All right. The graphics on this was definitely better than The Matrix Reloaded.
The Matrix Reloaded
all the
came out in
Matrix.
2002.
Really? It was that long?
I'm like pretty sure.
I'm just
thought it was
saying how
2004.
even I remember
2003.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I'll give you that.
I
I'll give you that.
hope that 9
But
years
even then,
later.
but even then, even in 2003, I remember us looking at the graphics
oh, absolutely.
yo, this is question, like that is
Absolutely
100%. This whole scene is not real.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember
but we still regard it very highly.
But the story was amazing. That's why.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was definitely during that time. I remember like they're trying to push the boundaries with computer graphics, and the level of video effects right now is just not at the place where they think that it is. And none of this shit looks legit. I mean, it was better than Scorpion, or not the Scorpion, but the Mummy when he came out as the Scorpion.
Oh yeah,
The Mummy
Scorpion
Returns.
King.
That was 2001. That he came out, right? I'm pretty sure it was The Mummy Returns that he came out, and then following
What, the
that, they came
Scorpion
out with
King?
the Scorpion King. Yeah, the Scorpion King was his full movie,
Yeah.
but the CGI version of him as a scorpion, I think that was in
Right.
The Mummy Returns. So that
It
was
was because
2001.
the third one I don't remember watching because it had like Jet Li and all that shit.
You're right.
Tomb
Yep.
of the Dragon Emperor. Yep.
So
it was, yeah. And yeah, he looked horrible.
That's probably
That
been one of the
shit was
worst
terrible.
CGI ever greenlit by a studio ever.
Yeah.
But
Like a game cutscene.
again, we're talking about shit
It did.
that's 10
Early
years
2000s.
before Green Lantern.
And I'm just saying that it's not. I still stick to my guns where I feel like it wasn't a horrible movie. I'm not saying that it was the best
you're gonna
movie.
hate my thing too, so it doesn't matter.
It wasn't the best movie, but it wasn't as bad as people are making it out to be. But yeah, let's
That's why it's an unpopular opinion.
Jonni, let's go with you. Well, since you already have one lined up, what is it?
So my unpopular opinion this week is that M. Night Shyamalan movies are not that bad.
Oh,
See, I told you.
Oh my God.
You were gonna
Oh my
not like
God.
mine either.
yeah, bro. I try every time. I try to because I know. So the only M. Night Shyamalan movies that I like are obviously Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, and then anything that came from the Unbreakable world. So that is Glass and what was the other one? Split.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those movies are great. And then and everything else, you're like, yo, his stories just fucking follow. What was the one that they're running away from the wind again with Mark Wahlberg?
That was The Happening, and that was not that great of a film. I'll give you that. I mean, it was a good movie until you realize that they were running from the wind, and then it's like,
Yeah.
It just starts to break down a lot.
But that's literally what it is with M. Night Shyamalan is the I'll agree with you to a point, right? Like the movies, they just end up being so disappointing because it doesn't really lead up to anything, like anything crazy, that it's just like all thrown into his shit is just trash.
I mean, I think it maybe worked against him that The Sixth Sense was like his first big hit, and that was a big twist for most people. I think I can't say for sure, but I want to say that when I first saw the film, I had kind of guessed what was going on beforehand. So for me, it's not about the big twist that everyone is always like waiting for, right? Because then they're like, oh, that's a twist, but it's not as good as Sixth Sense. Like for me, I just think that they've been pretty good, enjoyable stories. Signs, I thought was a good movie. A lot of people didn't like The Village because of the ending, and I thought it was cool. Like I wasn't. Is it plausible? No. It's not about being plausible. I thought that it was pretty dope that like at the end of it all, they were fucking living in modern times, and we thought this whole time that was fucking in the past. Nothing can save The Last Airbender, but I don't think that's his fault. I think that was just a terrible script that he probably should have signed on for. But The Visit was fun.
The Village wasn't bad. The Village
And
was.
I
was
haven't
one of
yet
them.
seen Old, but I've heard pretty good things. I don't know what their rating is right now.
I was actually gonna say that I still give his movies a chance. Like I still give him a chance.
50%. That's not bad.
No, not too bad.
But there's a lot of hate out there for this guy. So
right.
It's got a higher audience score of 53.
Never heard of him.
Here comes the kid. I've never heard of M. Night Shyamalan.
What movies has he made? Do you think I might know?
Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense?
No, never seen it.
You've never seen Split? It
The-
came
the
out
new-
like
the
with
new one with the bald dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
new
yeah.
one. That was like 5-6
Split
years ago. Or
and
something
Glass.
Like that. Yeah, and Glass was, which was a sequel to that.
Yeah, I have
Well,
seen
those movies are based on another movie that he came out with a long time ago called Unbreakable.
Okay.
So if you've ever seen Split, you have to watch Unbreakable because Glass actually merges those two, like the story with
it's
all.
about
Them.
like a subway or something, right?
What?
I could have sworn I remember like
Unbreakable's about a train crash. Yeah.
Yeah, train.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've heard of it. I never watched it though.
Yeah. No, it's good though. It's good.
It was a good movie. I will tell you that at the time, I really thought it was boring as fuck. I was like, what the
at the
hell
time.
is going on? And then, like maybe a few years later, I went and saw it again, and I was like, actually, this is a pretty good movie.
I think I was hearing a lot of good things. I can't even remember if I actually saw it because I was so young that I was a big fan of movies, but at the time, I don't know, for some reason it just
Unbreakable
like
was in
flew
2000.
under the radar. Yeah, like I was like it flew under the radar for me, and I didn't like really get to watch it, or I saw it, didn't really pay attention to it, didn't really think nothing of it. But then years and years later, keep hearing it was a great movie, and then I saw it and I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck was wrong with me?
Yeah.
So I was a pothead in those days. Like
I think I remember seeing it and just being like, it was, described. It was told to me, this is a movie about a comic book person in real life. So like someone with real superhuman powers. So I'm thinking it's going to be like a more of an action type film. And then like he only used his powers like twice or 3 times in the movie. If that, I might even only once. Other than, survival and shit like that, because he's unbreakable.
Yeah, and him testing his limits and shit.
And so it was just kind of like, what the fuck is this? And
it was more story-driven rather than
exactly.
action-packed.
So, and that's why, it wasn't until later in my years that I was able to appreciate it. But anyways, that's my unpopular opinion. M. Night's not that bad, you guys.
Yeah.
He's
Not too,
acceptable.
I still give his movies
I don't
chance.
dismiss his movies. I
don't
always give him a
dismiss his
chance,
movies, but I still, in my head, I'm still just like, oh, M. Night
Hedging
Shyamalan
your
did
bets.
that. Yeah, I keep wanting to give him a try, and every time I'm disappointed. So what's your unpopular opinion?
For me, I don't know. Some people might agree, some people might not agree, but I think that the prequel Star Wars are better than the originals.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Kicked off this show soon.
Yeah.
You're going to get mad hate right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I do think that though.
I think the prequels have aged well, especially after these sequels that really like went off the fucking rails. People are more appreciative of the prequels. I personally enjoy the prequels. I don't hate the prequels. I enjoyed them as they came out. Episode 1 was like pretty fucking boring when it came out. I remember when I was a kid, but I was still excited because Star Wars continued.
Right.
And so I still enjoyed it. Are they better than the originals? No.
I think so.
Not at all. I mean, you would think so because you are. Yeah. What year were you born?
2000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he was born in 2000, and he's ranking movies that were through the 70s and 80s.
Those are too old and boring to me.
See, those are too old and boring to you.
Like,
so you have to take a lot of things into consideration, right? Because in the 70s they were very limited on what could be done, and the graphics and shit that they pulled off with miniatures is still fucking mind blowing. But I still understand what you're saying. I mean, but Return of the Jedi and the Empire Strikes Back are two of the best movies, like, period. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not trying to say they're bad. People will come at
you for that too.
Yeah, people. yeah.
I'm not trying to say they're bad. Like, I like them, but I find myself enjoying the prequels more.
I know. I feel you. It's an unpopular opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
You're good with that. That's fine. I'm just saying, like, I understand why you have that take. Mm-hmm. I personally don't like some movies from like well beyond my years. Like I can't connect with, like the Monty Python shit, like that I said last week.
Yeah.
A lot of people were probably like, "Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you?" But I can't connect with the same shit. So you just connected with you connect better with something that is more your generation.
Yeah, because I remember Bob used to try to show me the old ones, the old Star Wars, and be like, these are the best, this and that, and I'd just be I'm like, nah, look at it, I don't like
it's
it.
Not it. But
yeah.
you were
like Darth Vader,
you came up in a world where. So what were we talking about? The original also, Matrix and shit.
Yeah, but also
like those were the graphics.
Well, not even just that too, because what I'm gonna assume based upon your age and when those prequels came out, right? See, the thing is with me, right? Those movies came out before I knew what movies were, type thing. You know what I mean? They came out early 70s, early 80s. I was born in 80, but I think Empire Strikes Back came out in like 81 or 82 or something like that. So like they came out. Still, I was young to understand. But the thing was that, like, when I did get introduced to them by my father, there was no other movies to watch, right? There was no other similar flick. And so, that shit was like fire to me. Like it was the most different. The story was good. Yeah. It was the only like real like dope star space opera sci-fi shit, right? But like when Bevel was born, like the prequels were out or were starting to come out, and so you get exposed to those first, and then your dad is like, nah, but these are the originals, these are the dope ones, these are the ones
not the same.
And it's like, well, that shit looks old compared to what I just saw, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you didn't get the progression. You know what if the prequels came out 5 years later or 6 years later, you might have got introduced to the original Star Wars before the prequels. Or if the prequels would have came out 5 years earlier, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have been on TV, in commercials. Like, there was hypeness to get you as a kid to go see these new prequel Star Wars movies, even though you didn't have any idea what the fuck, Star Wars was about. So you probably as a kid were introduced to that. You're like, oh, okay, that's what Star Wars is. And then you get introduced to the originals, right? If they would have came out 5 years earlier, you could have been introduced to the originals first, just as a kid, the same way like your dad introducing you, like, hey, you should watch these movies. These shits are fire. And then be like, and these are the prequels to that. And then you might still be like, oh, these are even more fire, but you would have a little bit more. Not that you don't appreciate, because you said they were dope. They're just not as good, right?
Yeah, it's for me. What makes up the old ones is Luke and Darth Vader. Like how their story is.
Get their story out.
Yeah, that's amazing. But it's like, how old movies are, where they're just like some of the lines are aged. Like you'll only see those lines in old movies and stuff. And it's like stuff that I don't.
Or the timing,
get it.
The pace is a little slower too.
Yep.
It's not. I don't get it. It's
I don't
enjoy it
because it's the same thing. Like I get that shit with a lot of older movies. And we talk about it before, we've talked about it here, where if there's not the hint of nostalgia attached to it,
Yeah.
Because you've seen it as a kid or you enjoyed it at one point of your life, so now you continue to enjoy it. If you don't have that and you're watching it fresh, then you don't have that little extra piece of nostalgia that attaches to it. So, so that's generally what causes these unpopular opinions, but respected. I duly noted.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. All right, man, let's get into some worldly news right now. So, we had to talk about this because I have no idea, and actually, it's a little bit or after your generation, but I'm still lumping it in there. But so a 15-year-old got a USB cable stuck inside of his dick.
Hey.
Trying to measure the length
Of
what the fuck kind of yes. He was trying to measure his shit against a USB cable and got it stuck inside of. So I don't know. Like first of all,
Gotta be like
there has to be some sort of mental
Is this dude in America?
health issues. I believe so.
can't use a ruler.
I know, right? Like the only thing length is the USB cable.
I mean, but even okay, so
Inside won't even count. Like,
where did this happen?
I know, and then why inside?
yeah.
No,
Like, why not just
okay, so
measure
it was.
along- like why?
It helps me. It makes me feel better. This was in the UK.
That doesn't matter. The UK is a civilized motherfucking country.
Yeah.
What
It
the
is
hell is
just
wrong
like
with
us.
this kid?
It is. So, yeah, even if you use a USB cable, like you measure
You could go
on the
from
beside.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
How do you even get it in there? For what side? The
Bruh,
bigger side, the smaller
wait,
side?
so
It had to
at
be a
what point?
USB-C, right? Because that
I don't, bro,
that
I don't
USB-A,
know.
that wide flat shit, boy.
You gauging your shit.
So okay, let's assume that it is USB-C, right? How do you get to the point where you pass that little the tip of the
That is a
USB-C?
USB-C cable
Yeah.
right there.
So this is my point. Is like, how do you
Still
get past
too
that?
fat.
That is still too fat. But even with that being still too fat, it's like if you got through that part, how do you get further than that to get that shit stuck in your shit like that?
You
Like,
just keep
no,
pushing it down.
Oh.
you just keep.
I
At
don't know.
what?
There's got to be some lie with that. Like there's got to be. There's something
Oh,
fishy
they
about
had to
that
do
story.
surgery on this man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to. Yep. Yeah, he had to have surgery.
Yeah,
to,
he was doing something else. Like it wasn't trying to
Yeah.
measure
It
himself.
had. Yeah.
Yeah.
How old was he? You said
15.
15. Okay,
This
is
was
that
freaky.
hopefully he wasn't trying to create a TikTok challenge?
Oh man.
Let's hope that that's not a new challenge. But
I'm wondering
I
if
guess
he's just like not experienced sexually and didn't know what. No, the internet exists. There's no way that he doesn't know what sex
Nah,
is.
man, that had to have been some
Oh,
like freaky.
man.
Like,
He's just a weirdo.
freaky what?
I don't know. You
At
know,
15?
Gotta have been-
people are weird.
Oh, you know what? It's quite possible that this is not the first thing he's stuck up his tip,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
like,
true.
right? Because
Yeah.
to your point, how do you get that fat end of the USB cable up there and then keep
Bro.
going? He must have been sticking shit up his neck for a long time.
Bro, I don't know what you
15,
think
I don't
jerking
even
off
wanna
is,
think
bro,
about
but
that
you're
shit.
doing it wrong, man. You're doing it wrong.
You're going the
bro.
wrong way, bro.
Shit is supposed to come out, not go in. Oh man, I just had to have that discussion because
know.
like, what the fuck is up with that shit, man? That's your
God.
generation, though. That's probably
nah. That's not my generation. You know what trend has been going around? Have
What?
you heard about the devious lick trend?
I just heard about
What
this
is
shit
what the fuck is
yesterday.
this?
All right. So like these students in their high schools, they'll play this certain song, and then go into school and steal the most ridiculous shit ever, and they would get mad views. And they're like giving kids felonies, arresting kids. They're telling every school,
Word.
stop doing this devious lick trend. You're stealing property, this and that. Like, I seen this one kid, he took the bathroom's toilet. He took
I was just gonna say, I seen that shit with the toilet missing. I seen shit with the walls of the toilet, the stall. Like, they take the fucking screws out the fucking, and the whole fucking walls hanging down. Yo,
yeah, that's crazy. I can't believe that. I'm glad I'm out of high school now.
Yo,
shit was like, yo,
I mean,
1 week into school, I already got this new lick. I'm like, yo, this is wild. And
yo, the internet has turned these kids into some fucking idiots, bro.
Yeah.
Anything for a fucking like,
that's
a
what
share,
it is. That's exactly what it is.
and
Like,
some
even
sort
the
of
first person does
popularity,
it,
dude.
and I get it. But the fact that everybody wants to keep, being the next one, like, you just fucking shit up, man.
I mean, but if we really think back about, like, if we really look back at it, I mean, this is shit that has been done in like the 50s and like the 60s, where there was like these high school pranks.
Yes.
The problem really is that the reach is so
what
far, and they and every kid is like on this high of wanting to go viral.
Right.
That they will do the dumbest shit. What was it the past few years? The Tide Pods, people still talk about that shit.
Oh my God.
That fucking cinnamon challenge.
That was
and, like,
my generation. That's my generation.
Yeah, and that's when shit started to get real fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So
that's not even the dumbest trend I see.
Oh no.
on TikTok.
I did not say that those were the dumbest trends. I'm just saying those are popular ones that were out there.
I mean,
I was saying like the
people are still
devious
trying
lick
to do
one.
this fucking crate challenge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are funny.
That shit is fucking.
Those are funny.
They're still
They're
dumb.
funny to
challenge?
watch, but
Yeah.
so if you go into the hood and they have the crates up, you jumping on that challenge for some likes. Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
I'm not convinced.
Only fools.
I'm not
is gonna
convinced.
Do that.
I'm not
That's
convinced.
embarrassing.
His it wasn't convincing enough for me. It wasn't a fuck no. It was
I
like
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I mean,
how
if-
much
I wouldn't-
I've been smoked.
yeah, exactly. He was like, I wouldn't do it.
I would encourage my friend to do it
free.
though. I would encourage my friend to do it. I wouldn't do it though.
Yeah, okay.
I was like, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, okay. Have enough motherfuckers. You're like, yo, Bevel, yo. He would be up there.
He might.
He would be up. He's in that generation. He's
don't
in that
think so.
generation.
I
I
don't
think he
think
would.
so.
Oh man.
I'm smarter than most kids.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're dumb. I'm just saying that you're influenced by your generation.
I would
This is
not.
what y'all do.
I wouldn't go on.
I see
that
old motherfuckers doing that shit. What are you talking about?
Hell yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I guess
do it
People
for
are
money though.
people. Wow. All right,
gotta
so
be a dumb-
moving on.
Dumb one to do that one.
Oh yeah. I'm not fucking with it unless you get some of them socks that didn't pay us to advertise. So we're not gonna mention their actual brand, but you get some of them socks,
I mean, they paid
you might
us.
have a little bit of a chance. They paid us
They
at
didn't
that
pay us
time.
today.
Exactly. All right. So all right. So in recent news, remember a little while ago, T.I and his wife Tiny were in some hot water, in regards to some sexual abuse allegations that had came out. So apparently they used to tag team, these girls and get them to do some illicit shit for doing something strange for some change. And it all surfaced. So, and since then he's been laying low. They kind of tried to cancel him, and he's just not been as active as he used to be. So it came out that they will not face sexual abuse charges in LA due to an expired statute of limitations. So whatever transpired
It's not a good sign.
was what's up?
Doesn't sound good to me.
I mean, it doesn't sound good because they definitely were involved in some shit, but it's just like
That's
they
what that
just-
tells me.
they
is
just
like,
can't-
You can't get charged because it's been too long, not because
Exactly.
you didn't do
Exactly.
it.
exactly
It happens.
exactly.
So honestly, I'm not surprised. All these people coming out, all these allegations. It's just like, oh, this is like another one to the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, we're getting desensitized to our celebrities
Yeah.
being fucking freaks.
I think so. I really think that. So it says that T.I and Tiny have denied the allegations of sexual assault in the past. Early this year, when a woman alleged on Instagram that the couple would force women to take drugs and have sex with them, and that T.I once held a gun to her head. Representative for the couple told People magazine in a statement, Mr. and Mrs. Harris want to be on record and, more importantly, want the public to know they empathetically deny in the strongest way possible the egregiously appalling allegations being made against them. So, I mean, if you ask me, these allegations aren't like way out there for celebrity couples. Like, no, like that you would hear for a celebrity. No. I get you. Yeah, that part. I mean, that's that's wild. I'm talking about like, you know, like giving these girls drugs and then like having sex with them and shit like that.
I think that's
like,
wild.
It is wild. I'm saying, like, it's not wild in comparison to the other allegations that people have come out with. Like, it's all the same shit. These fucking celebrities are drugging these people and they feel like they can get away with this shit.
They have like a higher standard in society. That's what they feel.
Yeah, there's also a part of me that, you know, I don't want to say challenges these victims, but questions their
motives.
No, not that, but you know, like when you're gonna go chill with the celebrity and you don't know them and you just get randomly invited to a celebrity's house, you expect to go there and like not get involved with drugs. Like, more than likely there's gonna be drugs there, and if you are such a weak mind that you can't say no, then what are you doing there in the first place?
Yeah,
right.
Now you're seen.
Again, I'm not trying to victim blame in any way. I don't think it's their fault that these things happened. I think that, you know, these celebrities took advantage of a situation that they shouldn't have.
That's most. Yeah,
they prey on the weak-minded.
Right.
It's not even that, like, the weak-minded. I think that when it comes to celebrities and their celebrity status,
people get easily influenced.
People get easily influenced, and they may have given into that in the moment,
right?
And completely regretted it the next day, or were feeling weird about it, like in the middle of it, but still were playing along, kind of thing.
I mean, I still, I might concur with Bibble right here. I kind of still gonna refer to that as a little weak-minded, but
yeah, I feel you.
It's unfortunate. I guess, like you said, I'm not terribly surprised. I think it's definitely wild. It's definitely a no.
Oh, for sure. But when I said that it wasn't wild, I didn't say that it wasn't wild by like our standard. Like, of course, we're normal people. We're gonna think like, yo, that shit is crazy. But there have been so many allegations coming against celebrities and like the shit that they have done that this is still it's still wild. But we've heard some wilder shit.
Like I said, you're getting desensitized.
Epstein, like, you know what I mean? Like, and the list that he was naming is like fucking long.
Yeah.
You know, and they get into the kid shit and like, it's just like these people with money that you know, once you start getting money, you start getting into some crazy fucking things and you feel invincible, man. And yeah, so again, like you said, like, it doesn't make me feel better about their situation just because it was an expired statute of limitations. That doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't do that. Right. The point is like, now you're just getting away with it because of
did it.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't even prove enough in court to be like, nah, hell no, we didn't fucking do this. Yeah. You found the loophole.
Word.
And
that is
there you go.
Crazy.
But they've I don't know, man.
They better still stay low. For them. Keep staying low.
Yeah. They're gonna keep still. So that means within the next year or two, we're gonna get another fucking song, another T.I song and shit. You're gonna see that shit creeped in.
Think he'll
His
still be in the
podcast is gonna
MCU?
come back out. What's up?
You think he'll still be in the MCU?
Oh
after
no,
these
he's already been
allegations?
kicked out of the MCU.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
He's
know.
not in Ant-Man Quantumania. Because of these allegations, they kicked him out of that.
Okay, yeah. Well, good.
Yep. He was already gone. So
You know they don't play.
nah, hell no. I hope if that shit is true, man, he's a piece of shit just like the rest of them. So what can we really do about that? All right. So Jonni, did you before we bring this up, were you because I'm not gonna be the best to bring this up, but the Emmys, the whole people of color thing in the Emmys. Did you research that?
I mean, I looked into it. I heard what they were saying.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, we can have a discussion on it because we are all people of color here.
People of color.
But apparently, people are upset because there were no people of color that won an Emmy this year. There was a record number of people that were nominated.
Yep.
However, no one actually won an award for that. And of course, everybody is screaming out, "Oh, of course, it's because the Emmys are racist and blah blah blah." But I mean, I agree. When I brought it up to you, I agree with the fact that just because you are a person of color doesn't mean that you are that you should automatically win this award just to people please.
Right.
And in a lot of the nominations that I've seen, I can't really speak on because I've never seen like a lot of the winners that came up was like for The Crown. You've seen The Crown, but I am not. I
don't think there was any people of color in The Crown.
No. What I'm saying is like
they wouldn't have gotten
Wouldn't have made sense.
I mean, it's about royalty. It's about European royalty,
Yeah.
which there are no people of color in European royalty. But
unless you're watching Bridgerton.
What I'm saying
This is a fantasy
is
version.
that exactly. What I mean by that is that they came away with they walked away with a lot of with a lot of awards, and like Jonathan Majors didn't win in the award he was up for. Someone from The Crown won. And Jonathan Majors, although he was great in that series, I don't know if he was award winning great. Definitely Michael K. Williams playing the father. I could see him being up for that award because he played a great alcoholic father in Lovecraft Country. But again, the winner was a supporting actor in The Crown, and I've never seen that shit.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak on it.
When I was watching it, I was like, damn, this show's getting mad nominations. And there was another show too that was just getting
Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso won.
Yeah.
But that show was great. I fucking love Ted Lasso.
But it was mainly The Crown I kept saying. I was like, I never
Yeah, Jonni, we talked about that really early on, and Jonni watches The Crown, but I've never seen it, so I can't really speak on performances and whether they were due these awards or not.
So
it looks good.
I would say in that I'm just kind of looking through some of these categories. There you go.
Categories. Oh, the categories. Okay.
And so in that specific category, Best Supporting Actor in a Drama, the guy who won, Tobias Menzies, for The Crown, he played the husband of Queen Elizabeth, the guy that just died, Prince Philip. There you go.
A young Prince Philip.
He played the young, not the young Prince Philip, because that was played by the dude that used to do Doctor Who.
Okay.
But he played like the grown man Prince Philip, like obviously not Prince Philip now and is super
not
duper,
old
obviously
old
not
Prince
now 'cause
Philip,
he's dead, but yeah, not old Prince Philip that we know, but like 70s, 80s, and I think maybe a little bit of the 90s Prince Philip. So older guy. Anyways, he played Prince Philip pretty awesome. I thought he did a great job. As far as Best Supporting Actor in a Drama, the people of color I think that were nominated is O.T. Fagbanali, I believe is how you say his last name, the guy from The Handmaid's Tale. and Michael K. Williams. And I personally would have gone with Michael K. Williams, not just because he passed. I think that was an additional, like, awesome moment that they could have given him. Obviously, he probably passed before these votes were fully tallied, or rather, after these votes were fully tallied. So it's not like they could do something just to honor him specifically. Can I say that he necessarily performed a better job than dude played in The Crown? It'd be hard to say. You're supposed to only judge these per season, so this would be based on the last season of The Crown, the most recent one, which is the one with Diana, and he was in it a lot more. He played more of his character changed a little bit throughout the seasons, and so, you know,
there was more depth.
There was definitely more depth. There was a little bit more feeling. He changed from kind of being an ass to kind of understanding where he's coming from. He was a little bit more understanding of how much of a fuck up family they were, you know. Yeah. But anyways, like, the actor played it pretty well. I still think Michael K. Williams did a fucking dope ass job in Lovecraft Country, because I've talked about Lovecraft Country a bunch, and I thought
it's a great show. Great show.
Definitely would not have given it to OT. I didn't think he did that amazing of a job in
No.
Amber Ruffin show, that shit is whack as fuck. Definitely would have given that shit to Last Week Tonight. So I don't know. Amber Ruffin is, I don't know if you know her or familiar with her comedy or her sketch show. First of all, that fucking show is only on Peacock. It doesn't even show up on actual, like, broadcast TV. And who the fuck actually watches shit that only shows up on the cock? But I don't find her that funny.
Bebo watches nothing but the cock.
I bet.
Hey.
I just don't find her that funny. She has a couple of segments on Seth Late Night with Seth Meyers that I've seen that are okay, but I don't find Amber Ruffin that funny. So it ain't got nothing to do with her color. She's just not great.
I mean, I'm really. I agreed with you when I brought this up in the
who
group
did
chat.
people win against? Like, you know, Tracy Ellis Ross and Blackish. Come on, Blackish has been on the air for like 10 years, and I'm pretty sure she's already won an Emmy for that show. Anthony Anderson, again. I didn't even know this show was still running right now. For Anthony Anderson to be fucking nominated for an Emmy for it.
Right.
Yeah, nah.
And that's my point, right? Is like,
I mean, Hamilton won.
We jumped.
That's for all people of color.
Well, yeah. I mean, but they don't count that.
They don't count it because it's a cast award versus a singular person, I guess.
Right.
Singular actor.
And it's but even then, it's like Latinos, man. It's like a person of color.
Oh, yeah.
They don't really lump Latinos, and depending on who you speak to,
I guess.
Are Latinos considered persons, people of color?
I think there was tons of nominations,
of course,
and that's something to be fucking celebrated. Like, why does it always have to be about who? You know what I mean? Like, it's just always a thing. There's always a barrier. You're moving the goalpost. You know what I mean? Before it was Oscar So White because there was no people of color nominated at all, right? And now they're Emmy So White because no people of color won. I mean, but there was mad people of color nominated, and it just so happened that these motherfuckers did a better job, or at least they won better votes. I don't think, or they won. I'm just not falling into it. Do we need to do better? I don't think we need to do better. I mean, we did better. Again, I don't think you need to award fucking participation trophies. Like, fuck out of here. Like, do a better job and you'll win. Best drama was The Crown.
Whatever, man. I
would have given.
Again, I agree with you on that, man. We just because like we got a lot of nominations doesn't necessarily mean that we deserve the wins, right? A lot of people put out some great performances, and that doesn't even take those performances away from them.
No, that's
It
what,
doesn't.
and that's what
It
the
doesn't.
real disservice of this argument is doing. It
Yep.
diminishes what these people that put their work out that got nominated. It makes them feel less than.
Right. So we're not even going to focus on that. I am happy that Ted Lasso won so many fucking awards because
Hell yeah.
Ted Lasso is a great show. Also, that's a win for Apple TV Plus, just to show that they've been producing some fire. By the way, let me just bring up that I saw the movie Coda recently.
Yeah.
Me and my girl sat down and we saw that movie.
Fire,
that
right?
movie is fire. That
Word.
shit literally brought me to a point where I was just like I was tearing up, bro.
Hell yeah.
Just to even imagine being in that situation, and like it opened my eyes to a lot of like that putting like even like growing up in a family in a deaf family and her going to school, like her saying that she went to school and was already labeled different because she spoke funny.
Right.
And it was because she learned to speak in a family of deaf,
Right.
Of deaf, in a deaf family. So when they attempt to speak, they sound different.
Yeah.
And so she picked that up and she thought that was actually speaking, was made fun of. So just like that entire movie was just fire. If you enjoy dramas, that have to do with like real life situations like that, which I am a sucker for. I love those things, and just like fighting the what you were born into, and just like trying to become your own person in a world where like what you are is not even understood. It's like you're living in our world, and we have a certain expectation of you. And you wanting to like be your own person, and that's not even that's not even a thing. Like nobody even thought about it, because you're able to hear, and your entire family are deaf. Like it's just it was just like great. I'm just saying it's just like it was a great movie that opened my eyes to a lot, man.
That doesn't sound like a bad movie.
No, not at all. It was great. It was great. It was a great movie.
Stream on?
Apple TV Plus.
Okay.
It's an Apple TV Plus original.
Yeah.
I might have to watch it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It's
good.
definitely a fire
but
movie.
I had to say that since we were
bring
talking
the
about
Kleenex
Ted Lasso.
box because it's a tearjerker for sure, but
It's definitely a tearjerker.
but it's good. Like what I was saying, I didn't even think about that when I was watching it. I never even I already knew, I knew the story going into it, but the fact that she had to have, speech therapy at such a young age, and people were making fun of her because she spoke differently. Like that was almost a throwaway line in the movie, but when I heard that, it was like, oh shit, yeah.
She's like, oh shit, yeah. You like really think about that.
She's not just gifted because she can hear, but she also had to deal with shit, you know what I mean? And so it's a definitely a fire ass movie about family dynamics.
Yep. So I highly recommend that. If you haven't seen it, and if you've they're releasing the new iPhone come out yet? Like I know they're pre-orders, but it hasn't come out
iPhone.
yet, right?
By the time this episode drops, the new iPhone will be tomorrow.
So
As
if
well
you cop
as
yourself a new
Foundation is dropping
Yes,
tomorrow.
I can't wait for that.
What's that?
So
Friday
if you
the
if
24th. New show on
let me get this
on Apple TV Plus.
Let me get this out real quick,
But
and then
yeah.
we'll talk about it. But I just wanted to say that if you cop the new phone, generally they give a certain amount of time for free.
Yeah, I think you get a year.
For Apple TV Plus. You get a year still.
I think you get a year when you
that's
buy
still
a
it?
new phone. Let me see.
Look at that. So if you cop the new phone or you cop a new Apple device like an Apple TV Plus or something like that, you get a year for free of Apple TV Plus. Might as well take advantage of that and take advantage of these dope ass movies and shows that are originals, man, for Apple TV. I can't even say I don't even work for the company anymore, and I still
Maybe 3
talk it
months.
up, man.
It's either
still
a year
talk-
or 3 months, but you still
Either way, it's a
actually,
free
no,
time
wait.
period.
3 months for those who activated. Yeah,
I know at one
think
point it
it's
was a
3
year.
months. It used to be a year. I think the split is in between June and July.
That's when I got it. When I got this phone, they gave me a year
Yeah.
Apple and 3 months of Apple Arcade.
Yep. So if you cop the new phone and you haven't experienced Apple TV Plus, because you don't know what it has to offer. I highly recommend take
Or if you're
advantage
on T-Mobile.
of doing that.
If you're on
Yeah,
T-Mobile,
I
you
got
get free
T-Mobile.
Apple TV Plus.
Look at that. Look at that. So
I'm on
take
T-
advantage,
Yeah,
man.
there's
That's why I get
Get
it
on
and
to
I
some
don't
new
pay
shit.
for it.
So yeah, Foundation is a new. It's a sci-fi series that's coming out on Apple TV Plus, and it drops. You said tomorrow. By the time this
yeah,
drops,
the 24th of September.
right. So, but it's a sci-fi drama based on a book that a lot of our favorite sci-fi stuff is loosely based on as well. Stuff like Star Wars. And apparently they wanted to make this into a show or a movie back in the day, but the technology just wasn't there to bring this to life.
Sounds dope.
And now we're at a point where this is, we're finally
now
getting this.
Now we got,
this show.
you know, these huge technology companies with giant budgets that are owning streaming services, and they're just giving money away to people to fucking create TV shows so people to watch their shit.
So they did.
It'll make them
and
so
now we
much
get
more.
Foundation.
Yeah,
It'll make them so much more money though.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, of course.
100%. 100%. But
Of course.
yeah, you know, I was telling wifey about this, explaining to her yesterday because I seen a billboard in the city. And yeah, you know, like they tried to, back in the days when they were trying to do this, they were building that, there was no like dope ass TV series, right? That's, you know, spanned multiple seasons with amazing graphics, or not even graphics, but just visual effects or special effects.
Right.
Like people weren't dropping mad money because TV was the weak thing. And if anything, people were, you know, spending bread on movies and building, you know, big ass movies. But like you said, you just couldn't get to that level. First off, also the Foundation is a series of books. So the story is immense, right? And to try to fit that all into a 2.5 hour movie, you know, that's why you end up with what happened with the first version of Dune. Like it just, you couldn't fit all of it into one flick and get a great story. Plus the graphics or the special effects rather were kind of weak in that first version.
Can't wait
But
for the
yeah,
new one.
I'm super hyped for Foundation to drop tomorrow, and I probably won't be able to see it on the day of, just because I'm gonna be out of town. But I'm definitely watching it as soon as I possibly can. I'll probably download it and then watch it on the plane. Yeah, that's a
There
good
you go.
idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I'll have that shit. Ted Lasso. I think the season ender is this Friday.
Yeah, man. Yep. See,
Friggin'
if
See.
you're watching that.
I've been watching C. The morning show started. Watched the first episode of that, or I started the first episode of that yesterday, and that's fucking dope. That dude Billy Crudup is freaking amazing at his character in the morning show. So
He's just a great show. He's
a great actor. Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of those actors that fly under the radar, but he's fucking he's
Right.
he does his shit.
I'm pretty sure he won an
does his
Emmy
shit.
for that character last year.
He was Dr. Manhattan in the original Watchmen movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
yeah, it's a great movie.
I love that movie. Even though it's so long, though. It's so long.
Yeah. I mean, it was the full graphic novel.
Right. It is long,
that.
but yeah.
It is good.
great.
Yeah, but it was good. But yeah, you know, I again highly recommend these shows. You know, jump on there if you have the opportunity, or give it a shot, man. Give it a shot for a month. Fuck it. What is it? Like $10 a month or some shit? Give it a shot for a fucking month.
No,
You don't like it? You don't like it?
$5 a month.
$5 a
Wow.
month. So you pay $5, you get it for 1 month, cancel it. Fuck it. Like if you really don't like it.
That's
Who
better
cares?
than most streaming. Because now they're like $12.
Well, that's I mean, but a lot of the streaming services have back catalogs, and that's one of the things that I do like about Apple right now is that they don't have a huge back catalog. It's all originals. It's just shows that are specifically made for Apple, or they paid for the license to get it, like certain movies that didn't come out, so they came out on Apple. And it's all great content. Movies, there's some good movies, some good shows. Whatever, we could move on from that, but I highly recommend it. So the next thing that we have, which ruins another childhood movie of mine. So apparently Tracy Morgan is joining Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in the Twins sequel called Triplets.
Why?
Where he plays another long lost brother.
Why?
Is this another?
So I have no fucking clue. Especially like,
Oh my god.
oh my god,
This is
a
gonna be-
third long lost sibling. Why is this a good idea? Like, why would they?
I just don't think
that this-
Tracy Morgan is funny enough to carry all the comedy in this film.
First of all, no. Like, I would
anymore.
normally agree with you.
Not anymore.
And Twins wasn't necessarily a comedy. It was a mixture of both. But
Right.
the funniness was the dynamic of
Right.
big ass Arnold Schwarzenegger and then like
DeVito.
little Danny DeVito. Who
Right.
Danny DeVito was obviously the funny one in this scenario. And it's just like his playfulness, Arnold Schwarzenegger's playfulness. That's what made it funny. It wasn't like
Yeah.
one-liners. It wasn't
I hope
anything
this is
like
direct
that.
to streaming.
Oh my god!
If it's
I
direct
don't-
to streaming, then yeah, I'll watch it. If it's like a Netflix film or some
I'm
shit.
not paying.
But,
I'm definitely not going to a movie theater
but
for
no,
that. But
definitely not.
Why do they do
the
that
fact
with
the
movies?
fact that Coming to America was direct to streaming doesn't make it better for me.
No,
fact
but
that I
at least
wasted
I
my
didn't have
life
to pay
watching
for it, is what I mean.
That's true. That's true.
Like, it was fine for an Amazon movie. Sure. I've seen it. It was funny. It was fine. I would have never seen that shit in the theater, though.
Oh my god, Eddie Murphy is attached too.
I'm sure he is because he made money off that Coming to America. Coming
Yeah,
to
and
America.
you know, I don't know if it's coming if it is a straight to streaming service, but you know who wrote the screenplay?
Oh, God.
Josh Gad.
What?
Exactly. I'm just
Good for him, but
Yeah, no, I feel you.
what?
What? I don't know, man. I don't know.
He's
Why don't they
definitely
just,
not the
like-
funniest
Well,
person.
he's one of the writers. And he mainly did the screenplay, but oh man, this is I'm not hyped about it, man.
No.
They keep ruining these movies that
What- for
have a
what?
great place in history
Yeah.
of just being one-offs.
I hope they don't do that to Napoleon Dynamite.
Nobody wants that, man.
You know what?
I love
Maybe in
They
5
might.
years they might.
yeah, maybe in
I
5
see
years.
that happening.
Oh yeah, I can see that
Yeah.
happening. Let's see, Napoleon. Let me just I like Googling this sometimes. And
Wait,
either
wasn't
way,
there already a part 2?
to Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah.
I thought it was
No.
only one.
It was just the one? Okay.
I love how young he is that I'm saying like all these movies from back in the day and he's just like, I hope they don't do it to Napoleon Dynamite.
Because that's
Right.
the only standalone film I
Man.
can think of that, a sequel will ruin it.
I feel
mean,
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it would. Especially it's
shit.
been long enough. Yeah. That would be some weird ass shit.
No,
They're doing
Released
it.
in this article from 2021, Liger Studios contracted to produce sequel to Napoleon Dynamite.
I told you.
I can't believe that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I can. They're ruining older movies.
There's zero.
Next thing you know, they're gonna
ideas
be like,
left.
"Hey, the Golden Child sequel is coming out too."
Wonder if they'll do that to Joker
I
in
mean,
the future.
if you think
No,
about
they're
it,
already
Are there
they're already
any-
coming out with 2 more Joker movies.
What? I thought it was going to be a standalone film.
no, you thought.
Welcome to the
Yeah.
world.
And even with that, like when you think about it, the best movies, or at least the biggest revenue bringing movies, and you can even throw in TV shows, are not original ideas. They're either based on a book or a series. Or they're like all the MCU movies are not really original ideas. They're all based on old ass comic book series.
No, yeah, and I'm good with that. My problem is attaching this name of something that was successful in the back and like back in the day, and they are now ruining it because they are making it direct. Like they could come out with a movie that has a similar premise to
So
Twins.
you're fine with
right?
reboots, just not sequels.
I'm fine with reboots and not even calling it the same shit. Like, just like, you know, like it doesn't necessarily have to be called Twins or something, and like making it a reboot, but it could be like a story, a similar story.
You sound right, but I'm pretty sure if they came out with a movie, because this movie's not going to be called Twins, it's going to be called Triplets, right? If they would have came out with this movie called Triplets, but it would have been 3 different people, you would have been like, I mean, this looks all right, but I mean, isn't that just a copy of the basic premise of Twins?
Yeah. But you know what? It wouldn't automatically be tied to Twins. Maybe I might think it, like in my mind as I'm watching it, I might think like, oh wait, this is kind of like Twins, but with 3 people. Like that's okay. I might think that, but the second that you tell me, hey, this is a full-on sequel, or hey, this is a full-on reboot, instantly people are comparing it to the original, which is you are guaranteeing a flop because everyone who watches it was a fan of that original one, and if it doesn't meet the expectations of that original movie, it's getting trashed. Whereas if you have a similar concept, right? You take that premise, you don't say, hey, this is a sequel or a reboot to this original movie, but you come out with it and you say, hey, this is the storyline, right?
Sure.
People might say, hey, yeah, this is kind of similar to this, but there wouldn't be a direct comparison, which is instantly putting it in the fucking toilet. Because people are going to trash that movie the second that they
So what you're saying is this new original Lost Boys reboot is going straight to the toilet.
Because they're calling it a reboot. I don't know, because I don't know how much, because sometimes reboots actually do fuck, like they're good. I'm very hopeful of this Ghostbusters one. I'm hopeful it looks good.
I think it'll be okay, but
the last reboot that they had wasn't as great.
Right.
It wasn't as bad as they made it seem, but they made it a little too campy for, like, to me. Whereas the last one had serious elements, funny elements. They mixed it together. It was great, right? Nowadays, that's the biggest problem with reboots, is they make it fucking campy as hell. So this one doesn't feel campy, so I'm very hopeful for it. Triplets with Tracy Morgan as the third long lost brother.
If they would have gone with Kevin Hart, I think they would have had a better shot.
But are you still like, even with Kevin Hart, they probably offered it to Kevin Hart, and
He's
Kevin
too
Hart
young,
was
I
like,
think.
nah, man, I'm not doing that shit.
I think he's too young to be.
Yeah, probably.
Their twin. I mean, yeah, no.
I mean, there were twins from like test tube twins. They're not actual twins. So that egg could have been fertilized at a different time period.
Yeah, you're right.
So they could have made that work if they really wanted to.
You're right.
They probably I'd probably be willing to put money that they offered it to Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart was just like, nah, man, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I hope so. And Tracy
Right.
was like, oh yeah, give me that money.
Yep.
Show me that bag.
Show me that bag. And that's really what it comes down to. Is people just want that bag, and they're real thirsty for it.
I mean, look at Dumb and Dumber 2. That movie was
my God.
movie was
Not even
Dumb
they
and Dumberer.
actually Dumb and Dumberer was the prequel, and that was trash. But it didn't have Jim Carrey, and it didn't have Jeff Daniels. But even that had some funny moments. Dumb and Dumber 2, TOO, with both of them, was just a major cash grab, and that shit was trash.
Yeah, that was.
That shit was trash. But Dumb and Dumberer had its moments. It was still trash. It was still trash. It was still utter trash, but it had moments. All right, so moving on. So apparently our guy Anthony Mackie has the lead role in Twisted Metal, the TV show we talked about early on in the pandemic too. They greenlit a TV show based on the old video game Twisted Metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie got the
lead role.
The lead role, I
don't
think,
even
as
know what that
Sweet Tooth.
means.
So yes, I want to say that the lead role is Sweet Tooth, the clown with the fiery hair that drives the fucking ice cream truck.
So that's gonna be Anthony Mackie.
That's gonna be Anthony Mackie.
I never played Twisted Metal, but I know it's a good game.
Oh, it's an original. It was like on the OG like PS1. It's a game where you literally you pick a car, and they all have different skills and different like missiles and shit, and you're just driving in an open form track like everything, and you're trying to kill the other person.
Was there a PS2 version? Because
I'm sure.
I actually played one.
Yeah.
before.
It's just you pick a car, I pick a car, and we try to kill each other.
Yeah.
With the shit. So.
I've definitely seen
But now
it.
we have a TV show coming out with it. Coming out.
It's a show,
for this.
not a movie.
It's a show. Yes.
Oh my God, how much? They're just world building here. They're just using a premise and creating some brand new shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
It's backed by Sony, obviously.
I don't even know what the hell the
PlayStation.
backstory of Twisted Metal was about.
There isn't, but that hasn't stopped a lot of these movies from being made. Like Hasbro, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah,
They
but
did,
I mean, they're
Transformers
straight up
and
making
blah, blah,
movies
blah.
out of fucking toys with. But I mean, Transformers
Bro,
and G.I.
Battleship.
Joe had backstories.
Battleship had
had
no-
no
I
can't believe
backstory.
that,
Yeah,
man.
they
That-
built
Yeah,
that
so they
up.
can make whatever. They
And
can
that was
just
fun.
make up whatever.
I enjoyed Battleship.
This is gonna be it wasn't a bad movie. I just
Like,
think that it would have been better if they
Rampage.
didn't attach Battleship to it.
Rampage is a video game that they didn't. I mean, they had, but I'm saying, like, I feel like Rampage had a little bit of backstory. No, maybe I can't remember how like the arcade game started, and if it said anything. Like, usually, remember,
Other
like sometimes
than-
those arcade games will have like titles at the beginning. It'll be like, in the year 2023, all this stuff happened.
I don't
And
know
then
if it
like
had that stuff, but I think it really just they just relied on, hey, yeah, these animals got really, really big and
Yeah.
they started tearing shit up. Like that's all that's really, and these are like blank slates. It's like, all right, let's come up with a reason why this particular event happened, and and then we'll world build around that. And I think it's going to be the same shit for this Twisted Metal. It's like, we're going to create the story as to why these, these individuals got to this point. So
Okay.
I'm not completely
Whatever.
sold on this.
I can't believe
Honestly,
they're doing a whole show.
I think it'll work though, because I mean, since like you said, it doesn't have like a known backstory.
yeah.
I think it'll work out, because if you like take example of Assassin's Creed movie, we already had like multiple stories, and you have a general idea of how an Assassin's Creed story would go, and
Yeah.
when they made the movie, it wasn't as exciting.
Assassin's
as,
Creed though did world building way more. I would probably compare this more with Mortal Kombat, where the world was loosely created. They probably had a little bit
good
of
one,
a story. They had a little bit of a story, but really it's free reign. You know what I mean? Like we'll come up with a lot of this shit, because again, the world building on those games were little fucking cards that just explained the tiniest fucking bit.
and when you win the tower,
And
it'll give the story at the end.
The booklet too would give backstory.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But that was like really fucking old.
Do games even come with booklets anymore?
no, they
No,
don't.
No, the shit you just
Gives you a
download.
There was a
website
bunch
for
of
it.
shit in that Cyberpunk 2077 game that I still
That game was such a disappointment. I
still
played
haven't
it.
played more than 5 minutes of.
I played like 15 hours of it.
Shit.
And I just
All right.
I didn't like it.
15 hours of it. It was
I didn't
trash.
like it.
Trash. 15 hours.
15 hours.
That still wasn't like
Yeah,
enough
I feel
hours
you.
to beat it.
I feel you. I feel you.
But goddamn, you could have gave up at hour 5, and you still dedicated 10 more hours to it.
I really wanted to give it a
played more than
chance.
10 minutes. I spent
This
more
is-
time fucking building my character's look than I've spent in the actual game so far. Like, there's nothing about it that has driven me back to turn on this TV and this PS4 just to play this game.
Nice. All right. So, but either way, I've never really been a fan of Anthony Mackie. So them adding him to the cast doesn't make
That's
me
your boy. Like, isn't
feel any better.
He's
my
your
boy.
Captain
Why is that my boy?
America? You know, he's your.
Get fuck out of here. I accepted
what's
him
the
more just
sleeve
because he
show?
was the what?
The sleeve show.
Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon.
Yeah,
That's your
no.
boy.
See first season of Altered Carbon, I
Right.
was all about it.
Yeah,
Second
yeah.
season, I was just like, oh, this is fucking weird.
don't think
that
I
they
even
just
finished
switched
it.
up the fucking. They switched up the sleeve
Yeah.
and like it's weird. Anthony Mackie though, I've never really been a fan, especially when he tried to be when they hired him as Tupac in the Notorious movie.
Damn,
and
I don't remember that.
Right, exactly. I'm like, what? He's not. No, he can't play fucking Tupac.
What has he ever done that I've been a fan of?
Best thing, 8 Mile, Papa Doc. He was Papa Doc. He was an asshole in 8 Mile.
Oh, that dude.
He was the bad guy, and he was his nemesis.
That was his
and,
first
and
film.
even then, he doesn't look like a fucking rapper to me.
No.
To be
I
the
didn't like him in
top
that.
dog.
No, I didn't like him in
No,
that.
exactly.
I thought he felt corny, like somebody trying to be hard. Let's see.
Exactly.
Brother to brother.
That was the point of his character, though.
Maybe
Yeah.
the only movie I can say that I maybe enjoyed him, and it's mainly the cast is the one he was in with Mark Wahlberg and The Rock, Pain and Gain.
Oh, he was in that?
And he was one of them.
He was in Black Mirror too. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
show?
I've seen Black Mirror, but even then,
I can't watch that
I'm
show.
just not an Anthony. I'm just not an Anthony Mackie fan.
So you don't like him as Captain America now?
I didn't like him as Falcon. I'm like, what? They're picking him to be fucking Falcon. All right, whatever. I just accept it. And the fact
Oh,
now
come on.
it's
You
just
didn't like him in
all right,
Real
well, he's
Steel?
I can't even remember him being in Real
Yeah.
Steel.
Damn, he's been in a lot of movies, but
He has been.
Nothing
He
that
has a problem. He has a stellar career in Hollywood, but I can't. I'm just not a fan of him and his like with this. I'll probably give the first episode a watch. Hopefully, it'll be like something.
I don't want to
Decent.
say it, but I feel like
I don't have a lot.
I don't want to say this in the wrong way, but I'm sure it'll be taken in the
sure.
wrong way.
Let's
But
hear
I
it.
feel like he's the black guy that you like to work with, that Hollywood likes
Possibly.
to work with, right?
That you have a beer with?
Probably.
Yeah, he's like
No, he's talking about Hollywood.
Hollywood, you know, like it.
He said that you
it
have a
fits-
beer with.
It fits the check.
No, like a person you would have a beer with.
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. No, I'm saying Hollywood as producers, as studios, like it fits the checkbox of we got a person of color or a black person for specifically to fill this
Right.
spot, and he gives us no trouble because he's a really nice guy, and he acts well enough to hit the spot for what we're looking for. But he just doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, he's not a bad actor. He's just not a great actor.
He's not a great actor. I always feel like he's acting.
He's just Anthony Mackie.
I
I
always
feel like he
he's
acts the same
acting.
in all his movies.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, you know
His
what?
acting methods are the same.
This is the one movie I won't 100% make sure that say that I 100% remember his what he did in this movie, his role in this character. But 999 was a good movie. It was a very ensemble cast from what I remember.
999.
And so yeah, that was fun. I'm sure he played okay in that. That was like some heist robbery movie.
Okay. Oh, actually, I think I did see
like
that.
former military dudes or like robbing something or something like that.
It was straight to
I think that was a
streaming,
Netflix movie,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, straight to streaming service always does it.
Let's see.
Like, of course, I didn't pay for that. I didn't pay for that
maybe
other than
that's what it was.
my normal monthly subscription.
Actually, it doesn't say that it was.
That was a good movie, though. That was a good movie.
They don't make as much money when it's like
Oh.
that, right?
I have another one. Yeah,
they
no,
released
they
in
don't make
theater.
as much money, but it was a
Released
good.
in theater.
There
It
is a
didn't
movie
make
that
a
I
lot
do
of money.
enjoy.
It made $12.6 million in North America.
Wow.
Yeah. There is an
Ouch.
Anthony Mackie movie that I enjoyed. Where is it? Let me see. And it happened to be, The Hurt Locker was a great movie.
Oh, The Banker. You like The Banker?
The Banker was a good movie.
I didn't
I
see
thought that
it.
was a good movie.
That was also an Apple TV Plus movie.
Yes.
seen it.
It
I didn't
was
see
with,
it, and I'll tell you
with
why
Anthony
I
Mackie
didn't see it. It was
and
because-
Samuel L. Jackson.
I didn't see it because it was Anthony Mackie. I'll be honest.
No, and it was actually really good. That one was actually a good movie with Anthony Mackie and Samuel L. Jackson, where they just played. It was a period piece, so they played businessmen in the '60s who found a loophole with a white man to be their. They found a loophole in a town to take over a bank and own this bank by having an actor play the role of the owner, who he was in fact the owner, but they were really just two smart businessmen, and they were, and it's actually based on real events. So
That sounds
So
good.
that was actually a really good movie.
Here you go. Another reason to sign up for Apple TV Plus.
Yep.
Even
But
a lot of-
other than that, yeah, I'm not me and Danny. I remember the one thing that because we both loved Endgame, and at the end, like we both, after the movie, I remember I thought I was so stupid for pointing it out, but I was like, yo, I couldn't get past Anthony Mackie's fucking little thin ass, like, wannabe chin strap beard. He was like, yo, I was staring at that shit the whole fucking time. Like, what the fuck was that on his face? It's the stupidest thing to point out, but we both aligned on that shit. We were
That's
like, yo, what the
hilarious.
fuck is that shit? Now when you watch Endgame, take a look
yeah.
at the
Now
fucking
I'm
dumbass
gonna
chin
have to look
strap
at it.
beard wannabe. It's like it wants to be a beard, also a chin strap. I don't know what the fuck that shit was.
Yeah, you're definitely not the only person.
That's what-
Like, it literally was a
It's
Google
it's a threat.
suggestion.
Oh man, it was horrible. It was
That's
a
what
horrible,
you got out of that
horrible
scene?
thing. It wasn't necessarily what we got out of that scene, but shit, that shit stuck out. Like, what the fuck is up with this guy's face?
How did no one else think that while recording it? They're like, man, maybe we should ask them to get rid of it.
No, they probably thought of it. Beard
They stopped
Endgame.
the beard at the jaw instead of letting it wrap underneath the chin.
Yo, this shit. Like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, yeah,
What
that's
is that? Yo, we were looking at that shit like, yo, what the fuck is up with this guy's
Yeah, that
fucking
looks
beard, bro?
painted on.
Yeah, it
Just looks like it wants to be a chin strap, but doesn't. But it's quite like they made it into a. It was
Yeah, that's
horrible,
weird.
horrible. But I just love that I thought that shit, and then I was like, yo, did you notice? Danny like damn near finished my sentence. His fucking beard, that shit was horrible.
Yeah, imagine him saying it.
The little fucking things that we pick up. All right, I think the only other thing that I have to bring up is the Venom 2 director, which is what's his name again? Andy Serkis.
Yes.
That's another reason why I'm giving Venom 2 a chance. Is Andy Serkis, man? I fuck with Andy Serkis.
Word.
So I'm hoping this is great.
That
But
was like,
he
who
confirms.
is Andy Serkis.
Yeah,
Yeah. Andy Serkis is a legend in Hollywood. He plays a lot of, like, he played Gollum He does a lot of the actual physical acting.
Oh, okay.
For a lot
Played
of
Caesar.
he played
seen him.
Caesar in
seen him.
in Planet of the Apes. He was actually in the MCU.
Yeah, he was
I
Claw.
forgot the name of his character. Yep, there you go. In Black Panther. So he's done a lot of shit. Mainly a lot. He does the physical acting with motion capture. But he's directed a few movies as well.
I think this is his first one.
I could have sworn he directed some other shit.
I've seen the guy though.
Let me see.
I recognize his face.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he's definitely the man. Oh, see, no, he's directed Mowgli, the Legend of the Jungle.
Mowgli.
And he directed Heavenly Sword, the video game. He was a dramatic director in that.
Mowgli was the dark one that was on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Yep.
That was a good one.
It came out around the same time as Jungle Book, and people like compared the two. But yeah, you're right. But yeah, he directed that. So,
but that was not live action, right?
It was the kid was live action. I want to say.
I'm sorry, you're right. Yeah. The
kid was
Jungle
live
Book
action,
was
and
not
it
live
was,
action.
Right. No, the Jungle Book, the kid again, same thing, live action. Lion King wasn't live action.
Right. But in Mowgli, there was more live action than there was in the Jungle Book, right?
I think so. I believe so.
I don't know. Anyways,
either way, it was a
he's
darker
talented.
version that was straight to Netflix.
Yes.
He's talented. That was a good movie.
I'm hyped.
So
still
I'm
hyped.
hoping.
When is this movie coming out?
I'm hoping that Venom delivers. Venom comes out
Next month, right?
Yeah, October. Well, they brought
They
it back. I
changed
want to
it.
say
Yeah,
October
they-
15th. Yeah,
They moved
early
it
October.
forward, They
It's not
moved it
December
back.
anymore.
I want to say October like 1st or some shit like that. It's like first week of October.
Do you think they pushed it at first because of
Yes,
Spider-Man?
you are 100%
They pushed-
correct. October 1st. That is not too far away.
There we go. So yeah, they pushed it back prior to Shang-Chi coming out. And once Shang-Chi did well with being an only theater release, they brought it forward again. They kind of did that with a few movies.
That is next
they-
Friday.
They were waiting for that.
Shit.
Nice.
Next Friday. Ooh.
I keep hearing good shit, but either way, my whole point on bringing it up is that Andy Serkis, the director of Venom 2, confirms that there's a future crossover with Tom Holland Spider-Man
I hear this.
in mind.
I've heard some things, but I won't bring it up.
I mean, I don't want to hear it. No,
I'm hearing there might possibly be a post-credit scene for Spider-Man
Yeah,
that
that's
links
what I've
the
been
two.
hearing.
possibly.
Yeah.
Tom-
Probably.
Tom Hardy, he had told people that saw it first. He was like, "Please keep the post-credit scene a secret." This and that, and people didn't.
I mean, but people. I mean. They also fucking troll the shit out of stuff, especially with him promoting a movie.
Yeah.
And he sees the hype for a movie that could be connected to his. I throw some little
So is
dumbass shit in
is
there.
the rumor that there's a post-credit scene to Venom that connects
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
there's
or
a-
a post-credit scene to Spider-Man that connects Venom?
There's a post-credit scene in the end of Venom, like the very last
connects
one,
them.
and he says that please keep that a secret
Gotcha.
inside like the auditorium because they showed it to fans.
Yeah, they showed it last
It was
week
I don't.
in the UK.
Yeah, they showed it. Yeah, so
I don't know. I don't know. I subscribe to the I like to be surprised.
Right.
I would much rather be surprised. I'm not the person that goes out there and like starts looking into all this shit. I didn't even know that,
Oh, you
like,
didn't-
and I assume.
My bad.
Well, no. I didn't even know that. That doesn't ruin anything for me. It's just like, oh yeah, keep the post credit scene. That could be anything. But of course, everyone is tying everything to Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
And and shit is going wild. We were even talking about it before the microphones came on about the possible the possible leaks for Spider-Man and the deep fakes. Like, is it a deep? And I had the conversation because and if you want to talk about it, we can. But apparently, there's a quote unquote leak out there of Andrew Garfield having dialogue with someone who appears to be Spider-Man. Like, you could just see his hand or whatever, and that is like a leaked footage. Now, then not too long after that was a leak, came a video that said, "Oh, you know what? That's no, it was actually a deep fake." It's actually a deep fake, and here's this video explaining how we can add this person into this area, this green screened area. But then there are videos out there that say, hey, guess what? Anyone who knows anything about fucking deep fakes can remove someone from a scene and then put them right back into the same fucking scene, and claim easily that it is a deep fake. So I don't know. I didn't want to get too deep into that, but if you wanna like ask my opinion, it seems like, hey, this actually leaked and we really need to save face. So let's put some shit out there that makes it seem like
it was fake.
This could possibly be fake. And I could be wrong, because it could totally all be fucking fake.
Yeah.
The man that
but we don't know, and the genius behind that is that we don't know. So you can either be let down by the fact that this came out and you were super hyped about it, and now it's not real, or you could be excited. I
choose to not believe, and hopefully they surprise me.
I choose to believe, and I keep up with it every day.
I don't want to know what other things you've been experienced to, or
I know
other shit that you brought up. We're not spoiling shit. I'm not trying to spoil anything for anybody. These are just things that have simply popped up, and if you haven't seen it, then you are like really not online. I envy logged in. I literally and I envy you, because I literally logged into Twitter and this was like the first thing that I saw, 3 posts in a row. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I wanted to throw my fucking phone, because I don't want to know when, like if they are in this, and I'm hoping they are.
I want to be surprised.
I want to be surprised. More so, I don't want to be disappointed if they are not.
Right, that as well.
That is the bigger side for me. I don't want to totally be like, yo, I know they're going to be in here. I know they're going to be in this, and then it's a totally different story that
it's kind of like
that was still good, but now it's watered down because
it's kind of like when Evan Peters showed up as Quicksilver in WandaVision. Yep. Like, I feel like
WandaVision is the source of all this.
I feel like people had been saying that maybe something will happen, but when she actually opened the door and it was Evan Peters there as Quicksilver, I literally was like, yo, they did it. Like, yes. Yeah. Like, I want that moment in Spider-Man. Like, I don't want to know that Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in the movie. I don't want to
know anything.
I just want to hope that they are, and if they are, then I'm gonna feel that much better about it.
I want to be excited about it.
I want to be excited when it happens.
If they are on it, if they are in it, that's the worst kept secret in Hollywood, and I completely blame that on Sony.
Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's but everybody is trying to like get more information. Like, it's not easy. Literally, like when it came to Endgame, the only reason why Endgame kept a lot of it a secret is because they filmed extra scenes and people didn't know what they actually signed up for.
Right. And they filmed it all at once.
They filmed it all at once. They did everything. They did
order.
all the stuff out of order. Extra scenes
Yeah.
that had nothing to do with the storyline to pretend like there's a different storyline. And then they had
only
people.
they only gave people like Tom Holland half the script. They only got the script for your parts, and that was it.
Yep. For his parts, didn't know any other things. Also, the funeral scene. They thought that it was a wedding scene,
Right,
So
yeah.
so they filmed it as a wedding scene, and then they were just like, well, let's like, all right, so now let's film this as a funeral. Like what if this was a funeral?
Yeah, I remember reading about the kid that played the kid that was saved in like Iron Man
from Iron Man
3?
2, right?
Yeah.
3.
and he was like, yeah, I had zero idea what the hell I was there for. And they basically just told me, act as if you feel a solemnness. Like, just think about everything that you have gone through. And he's like, I don't know what that means. I haven't gone through anything. And they were just like, just think about having gone through a lot and then just like be solemn. And that's it. And that's all. He got no script. He got no information. They was just like, stand here and look out into the distance and act like you feel something.
And he didn't really have dialogue.
And act like you're.
He had
you
no
know,
dialogue. That was it. That's all he got.
None. That's all you got. Yeah, man.
He didn't even have dialogue in the first movie he came out in, did he?
I want to keep as much of it a secret as much as possible. We have 3 more months to go through before this movie comes out. I don't give up. Like, I don't care.
Damn, that's
I-
a long
I
time,
don't
man.
wanna
Now
know.
you're making me feel sad. You got 3 months.
It is a long time. We got 3 months. We got Hawkeye coming out.
I felt so close. I was like, oh, December's right around the corner. But now you're saying 3 months.
I mean,
3
September
months.
is gonna be over with.
Yeah, it's almost
soon,
done. So
still
technically
October,
2.5 months.
2.5
2.5
yeah,
months.
true,
2.5
true.
months. That 2.5 months
sounds better.
feels better than.
It does.
Yeah, it does feel. It feels and sounds better than 3 months for real. Like I said, 2.5 months, and I felt some sort of relief.
Absolutely.
With that. All right. So I don't have any more movie news on that. You want to just wrap it up with something we fuck with?
Let's fuck with it. Let's see what we
All
fuck
right,
with.
let's fuck with it. Let's fuck with it. All right, y'all go first because I didn't write this one down, so I gotta think about it real quick. I got a couple things in the tuck. I just need to think of the one that I want to bring up.
Go ahead, Bill.
you want me to go?
Yeah,
Go with it.
All right,
You
so
go, Bibble.
for me, something I fuck with that most people don't is probably like I like certain TikToks that some people don't like. Do you know what ASMR is?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Mm.
You know what it is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I find certain ASMR videos very relaxing.
What's ASMR?
It's basically when there's all types of ASMR. There's certain ASMR that are ridiculous, and then there's some that's like actually pretty good. It's like somebody cutting sand into little pieces, and it's real quiet.
Oh, it's just like vibe
satisfying.
stuff, like just
Yeah.
like relaxing things, like these things.
Yeah, but
It's like when
everyone gets that
People
mixed
talk.
up with the weird ASMR. Like there's people that like whispers in the mic,
they
that
talk
eats
like
in the
this,
mic.
and they're like,
Yeah,
yo, do you understand what
yeah, that's the
this
creepy stuff.
culture is about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like that stuff. You know,
I kind of want to pause you, but I'm not too sure.
nah. Some of it is a pause.
Babel likes getting massages by big burly dudes with no clothes on, all
Oh.
sensually.
Hey,
You remember those videos?
Whoa.
Like,
Hey.
what the fuck? Oh man, I saw a video of somebody making fun of those dudes that are just grinding on these fucking massaging these women, and they're just like,
Oh yeah.
I think you sent that video, like
Yeah.
those videos. I saw a video of somebody making fun of that.
Oh, I want to see that because I don't know. I don't believe that dude at all. Like, there's no way
No, there's no way.
He's
There's no
getting
way.
pussy farts
No
in his
enjoyment out of
face and just walking out of there like
What the hell?
It's
No
like
big
I did
deal.
my job. I
Oh,
did
you don't
my
know about
job.
this?
Yeah.
You don't know about this, Bevel?
No.
Well, there's this
yeah, well-
IG of this dude that like massages what look like strippers because all these chicks are like bad as fuck with super fat asses, and he's doing these like ridiculously sensual massages, like massaging the shit out of their ass and their inner thighs.
Oh, I think
and
I
he's
have
got their
seen it.
face all, or he's got their choach all up in his face and shit. while
It's
he's
ridiculous,
massaging it.
right?
Yeah, mad ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he's like not even acting like he's turned on at all.
Nah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's
man.
tripping.
So I want to bring up a show that people are probably sleeping on. It's pretty good, especially for those who want to watch something with like their kids or something. But it's a show. This seems to be another theme today. It's on Apple TV Plus, but I think it's it's called Home Before Dark. I really enjoyed that show, and it's a family friendly show that's like it's about a little girl.
I gotta watch that one.
She writes a paper, and her father is a writer, and so she picked up, he taught her all that stuff, but she's like really into solving crimes and really writing about it and having her own newspaper. I thought it was kind of cheesy before we actually started watching it. It's actually a really good family friendly show. That's really cool to watch, especially if you have kids that are, like of age, like 8, 9, 10 around there, that would follow the story.
Like understand it.
Yeah, and understand it. It's a really good, well written show, and it's very family friendly. It's cool. I thought it was a good one, and it may go under the radar for some people, but definitely worth watching.
I definitely have heard about it. I just haven't turned down.
I've
to
seen
it.
it. I've seen like ads for it and stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm gonna continue the series of Apple TV Plus recommendations throughout this episode.
I think the reason why we do that is because not too many people are really up on
Right.
these shows, and when I talk to anybody in regards to these shows, it's only like 1 or 2 people, and everyone else is like, nah, I don't have that.
Yeah, that's
So
exactly true.
That's why we're choosing these as shows that we fuck with that you might not be.
Right. Show I'm gonna put out. It's a reality show, so it's not a scripted show. And it's been out for a little bit, but I just was able to start watching it and catching up on what they do. And it's actually, even though this version of the show is on Apple TV Plus, this is apparently the 3rd season that he's done this. But this is called The Long Way Up, with Ewan McGregor and his best friend.
It's good.
So yeah, it's interesting to me from a couple perspectives. So The Long Way Up, the gist of the show. So apparently he's done The Long Way Down and The Long Way East or something like that, where he just goes on these really long tours on his motorcycle, and he stops in different places and has experience with the locals or whatnot. Typical kind of reality show thing. The reason The Long Way Up I thought was interesting is that they decided to do the whole trip from the tip of South America up to LA on electric motorcycles. And they tried to do the whole trip with all electric vehicles. And so there's a good portion of the trip, or a good portion of the show, is just them trying to find charging stations, figuring out how to charge, and running into problems with the cold, running into problems with not having like getting to a charging station and it doesn't work, or just running out of battery beforehand. And then on top of that, they also the production crew that's following them decided that they were going to also use electric trucks to follow them. And so they're using the very first off-the-line Rivian pickup truck and the Rivian SUV, which, if you're not familiar with Rivian, they're another American electric car company that I think they're supposed to drop their first vehicle this month or next month, finally into production. So a big competitor to Tesla. And also, like, these trucks not only are just electric, but also, like, you know, they got all the cool technical gadgets inside, and they're designed pretty well. So if you're into, like, electric vehicles in any way, like, I'm really digging electric vehicles a lot lately, and I'm pretty sure the next car that I buy when I get one is probably going to be electric from one of these companies. And so it's just a pretty dope concept from that standpoint. And on top of that, he's driving through all of, you know, South America and Central America. And so you get to see a lot of really cool, like, landscapes and scenes and places that you don't typically, you know, get to view and whatnot. So all of that shit is pretty dope, and makes me just want to travel more. So yeah, long way up. I fuck with it.
All right. I thought I've been looking. I've been seeing the ad for that, and you'll see it in the selection. So I've thought about it. So I might give that a shot.
Yeah.
I know we just started this segment, but even then, I watched that Bob Ross
Nice
flick that Dave recommended. Yeah. So yeah, man, it's so, you know, again, these when we recommend these I fuck wits, it's really just like something that we've seen that haven't really heard a lot of people talking about. So we're just trying to expose you to something else that you might enjoy.
Word.
So I really like the segment. But I have nothing else to give on this stellar episode 83 of Insensitive Culture. We're getting there. And it's only going to continue for hundreds and hundreds of other episodes.
Word.
All right, but guys, you already know what that means. That means that you've reached the end of this episode, and if you've made it this far, damn, do we love you. You are the shit. Thank you so much for staying to this point. But if you stayed to this point, that means you really enjoyed our show. And if you really enjoyed our show, have your people rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast, whether on Apple Podcasts or wherever they enjoy their podcast. We also have full videos on YouTube, so subscribe on there and check us out for sure. Follow our IG. We post up clips and other little questions and random shit that you might enjoy. So if you're not following our Instagram page, Insensitive Culture on Instagram. Bebo, thank you for coming on the show and chilling with us today.
Word. Also, future intern Bebo.
Yep. You'll definitely hear way more about him. And also, if you like the shit that we are wearing right now, right? I have the Check It Out Homie shirt. My man got the Big Drippy hoodie. And I have the Insensitive Culture snapback on right now. So if you are interested in copying Insensitive Culture merch, go to insensitivemerch.com. Cop it today. All right. But guys, thank you so much. We love you. Peace. Peace.